On a rainy morning in New York, Michael sat by the window of a small cafe, watching raindrops slide down the glass. He had always felt that the world was against him. Every day seemed like a fight. Bills piling up, a job that drained him, relationships that never seemed to last. He often told himself, "Life is unfair. Nothing ever works for me." That was the lens through which he saw the world. Gray, heavy, and unwelcoming. But this story isn't just about Michael. It's also about you. Because maybe, at some point, you've felt like him, trapped in a cycle of negativity, believing the world has already decided your destiny. Michael's turning point came unexpectedly. That morning, sitting in the cafe, he overheard an older man speaking to the waitress. The man looked tired, his clothes worn, yet his eyes carried a spark. When the waitress asked how he was doing, he smiled and said, "It's a beautiful day. Rain just means the earth is getting nourished." Michael frowned. Beautiful day? All he could see was a sky that looked like it was falling apart. Intrigued, Michael leaned closer. The man noticed and chuckled. "You don't agree, do you?" Michael admitted. "Not really. It looks depressing out there." The old man sipped his coffee slowly. "You see, son, life is like this rain. If you believe it ruins your day, it will. But if you believe it brings growth, suddenly, it changes how you feel. The rain doesn't change. Only your way of seeing it does." Those words echoed in Michael's mind long after the man left. That night, lying in bed, he replayed them over and over. Could it be that the world wasn't against him, but his own perspective was painting everything black? The next morning, Michael decided to test it. Instead of groaning about going to work, he told himself, "Today is an opportunity to learn something new." Walking to the subway, he noticed things he had never paid attention to. The laughter of two children sharing an umbrella, the smell of fresh bagels from the bakery, the way the city pulsed with energy. For the first time in years, the world didn't seem so hostile. At work, his colleagues were surprised. Normally, Michael would complain about deadlines, but that day he approached his tasks differently. When his boss piled more work on his desk, instead of seeing it as punishment, he whispered to himself, "This is a chance to prove I'm capable." And something remarkable happened. His stress didn't vanish, but it didn't crush him either. He felt in control. Over the following weeks, Michael kept practicing this shift. When his car broke down, he told himself, "At least I have the money to fix it." When a friend canceled plans, he thought, "This gives me time to rest and reflect." Slowly, the narrative in his head changed. The world didn't transform overnight. The bills still came, challenges still arose, but Michael's perception shifted. And because he saw differently, he acted differently. He was calmer, more confident, more resilient. Months later, one of his friends remarked, "You've changed, Michael. You seem happier. What happened?" Michael smiled, remembering the old man in the cafe. "I didn't change the world," he said. "I changed how I looked at it. And that changed everything." Imagine you're standing where Michael once stood, thinking life is nothing but a burden. But what if you shifted your lens? What if instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you asked, "What is this trying to teach me?" The moment you change that single question, your entire reality begins to transform. You see, perspective is power. The same world can either look like a battlefield or a playground, depending on the glasses you choose to wear. Michael learned that truth, and it set him free. And maybe this is the message you were meant to hear today. Because deep inside, you already know. The rain will keep falling. Life will keep throwing challenges. But how you choose to see it, that is entirely yours to decide. So the next time you feel stuck, pause and remind yourself, when I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. Now it's your turn. Look at your own life right now. What's one situation you've been viewing negatively? What would happen if you shifted your perspective just slightly? Try it today. Because when you change your perspective, you don't just change how you see the world, you change how you live in it. If this story inspired you, give it a like so more people can find it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Every week, I'll share new stories that can change the way you see life. Your support helps us grow, and it might just help someone else find the message they've been waiting for.